Yeah, Michael, I'm going to try and make this the room. I just got to see what Zoom makes me do. Like I said, last minute they said I couldn't use my old room. So can everybody hear me all right? We're live on Facebook, so we're in the room. Okay, perfect. All right. So the question is, can we really improve our longevity? You know, can we really make a difference? A lot of people say it's just your genetics. And I hear that all the time. I hear people saying to me, oh, yeah, you know, it's just in your genes. If you live long, that's the determining factor. Correct. Genetics has a lot to do with it. And I'm not gonna discount that. But genetics, think of it like a light switch. Think of it like a light switch. And if I have, say, the genetics, a particular SNP, that's what they're called, a SNP, single nucleotide polymorphism. If I have that particular SNP in my genetics, it's a mistake. It's when your grandma and grandpa got together and they conceived your mom, and your other grandma and grandpa got together and they conceived your dad. The genetics were passed down. Then when your mom and dad got together, it was passed down again. So you get a bit piece from, you know, all these different genetics. And think of that as going way back to, you know, the beginning of time, really. And so you have a certain amount of genetics that everybody has. In fact, looking out the window right now, I can see birds in the tree. I can see some people walking their dog over there. I see a tree, we see grass. We actually share genetics with trees and grass. We share genetics with that bird and with that dog. But there's different things that change it. But anyhow, I don't want to get into all that. But I just want to say that, so we pass on certain mistakes. When your grandma and grandpa got together and then they conceived your mom, for example, certain pieces of the genetics didn't fit together quite right. So if it's supposed to fit together like this, let's say that it put together like this. You see the difference? Right? Sort of the same, but different. Sort of the same, but different. And so now, when your parents get together, they've got that genetic, one of them has that genetic, and they pass it on to you. Now, SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphisms, they're not like something that says, hey, you're gonna die. What they are is there's something that says, hey, there's a light switch here, and if you don't turn the light switch on, you're not gonna get the disease. So I just want to say that. So that's how genetics kind of work. But as we talk about these different things that we have, that science has come up with, that we can now kind of, in a way, we can alter things. And so let me get this out of the way, that photo that's up in the top there. So what does Sisel, what does the company that I represent and that you all represent, what do we offer as far as age reversal nutraceuticals? And that's what I wanted to cover tonight. I'm not going to go through all of the different products because I can link almost everything we have to age reversal. So I just want to say that in 2009, the Nobel Prize was given to a group of scientists because of their work with telomeres and telomerase they found that certain natural ingredients like cyclostrogylol and copicides and even curcumin were shown to support healthy telomerase activity and support healthy telomeres. TSX, telomere support extreme, is our Sisel product. And in my opinion, it offers the highest level of telomere support of any product on the market. And folks, there's probably about a dozen products on the market right now. Probably about a dozen, maybe more, even more than that. And some of them are worthless, so worthless that you might as well, well, I was just saying you might as well be taking vitamin C, but vitamin C isn't worth it. As far as like a telomerase support product, that's how poor they are. Compared to the next best product, in my opinion, we're about 30 times more powerful than the next best product on the market. And I've tried to do my homework. I've tried to compare these products. Marilyn knows. I sent her some paperwork on it many years ago, showing the differences between our product and the next best product. And the difference is that because the next best product is not a network marketing product, it's sold in doctor's offices. So if you go to a medical doctor's office and they're doing anti-aging, chances are they're going to use that product because of the fact that it's sold directly to them. They can mark it up, and they can make an awful lot of money. They can make a couple $100 per 30-day supply that they sell you. And I'll just pick a patient of mine. His doctor had recommended to him, and he was taking $3,000 a month of that particular product. So just think about that, folks. But I'll go through how this works. But I just want to talk about our products. And then a few years ago, Tom came out with the Age Pill. And what the Sisel Age Pill is, it's a highly effective formulation that supports healthy NAD levels. And they found that declining levels of NAD are considered a hallmark of aging. So you can boost the NAD levels through nicotinamide riboside, nicotinamide mononucleotide. And they found in science that it extends the life of several organisms. You can't take NAD directly. It doesn't work. Your body doesn't absorb it. So what happens if you take NAD? Your body breaks it back down into NR and NMN, and then absorbs it, and then puts it back into the NAD form. So it's really not effective. But it's the coenzyme in a lot of critical processes in your body, including cellular energy, DNA repair, and sirtuin gene activity. And so sirtuin genes are enzymes that are involved with aging. Without NAD acting as a coenzyme, these processes simply couldn't occur, and life wouldn't exist. Interestingly, they found that when these levels decline, we start to see age-related diseases like cardiovascular disease, neurodegenerative diseases. And you know what the neurodegenerative diseases are. It would be like your Parkinson's and your Alzheimer's, dementia, things like that, as well as cancer. So we can't make any medical claims on our product, but I can show you the science on these types of things. And so that's what I'm trying to do here. And then just this year, Tom introduced Stemolytics. And the science behind that is senescence is the gradual deterioration of function of the stem cells. And so the stem cells lose their normal function, and then that contributes to the aging process as well. And so what the Sisel Stemolytic product does is it supports the body's own system, the immune system. Sisel Stemolytics supports the body's own system, the immune system, in removing these senescent stem cells. And senescent stem cells are also shown to be responsible for many diseases of aging. When I've looked it up, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, cancer, strokes, dementia, all these heart disease, atherosclerosis, macular degeneration, right? These are all diseases that are triggered by senescence, because the senescent cells, they don't just go to sleep, they don't just go dormant, they actually become dangerous. So how do these things work together? Right? Because a lot of people, they'll say to me, they'll say, Kurt, well, I can just afford one. Which one's the better one to take? Which one's more important? Can they work by themselves? Which one's going to give you the most bang for your buck, you know? People ask me these questions all the time, and I'm sure if they haven't asked you, they're probably thinking about asking you. And so you want to be able to have some kind of conversation with them. And here's how I would say it goes. Telomeres are like the little fuses that determine how long or how many times a cell can divide. And once the cell reaches a certain limit, what happens is that the body puts these cells into a sleep mode. And by supporting the telomerase and the telomeres, the telomerase activity, we can see improvements in the longevity of the cell. They've actually shown that you can build length back onto this cellular fuse, onto this telomere fuse. And so that's what the TSX can do, is it supports that part of the body. So stem cells are your body's, if you know who the Maytag repair guys were, the Maytag repairman, you buy an appliance for your home. You know, I don't even know if Maytag is still around, but you buy an appliance like a washing machine, a dishwasher, and Maytag made some pretty good stuff. Anyhow, they used to have a TV commercial on the Maytag repairman. He was just lonely because he never had any work to do. But your stem cells are your body's Maytag repairmen. They're the guys that go around and they repair the damaged cells and they replace them. And when your cell reaches that limit, that's called the Hayflick limit. You don't have to memorize all this stuff. I got it all written down there. And what that basically means is that when your telomere gets too short, it can't reproduce. If it does, it's going to pass on more of these SNPs that I was talking about. And so when God, when the bigger power put us together and invented the human race, and really all animals, he built in a system that, or she built in a system that would take these cells out of the picture so that they wouldn't pass on these single nucleotide polymorphisms, these SNPs. And so your stem cells, as you age, they become inefficient. They get bogged down by something called glycation and lipofuscin. So think of it like this: at the age of 20, you have one active stem cell for every 20,000 cells in your body, but by the time you're 80, you have one for every 2 million regular cells. So you can see that you want to try and make those stem cells as active as you can when you get to be into your old age. Maybe not so important when you're younger, but if you start when you're younger, you're going to have more active stem cells when you get older, and you're going to repair quicker, and you're going to have less aging. You see how these two things are working together? You see how they're tied together. But what happens is that the stem cells also can get damaged from UV radiation. Let's say that you're one of those sun goddesses that has to go out and get tan and sunburnt every day. And so that causes UV damage to your the DNA of your stem cells. And so your immune system kind of knocks them out, puts them into senescence. Well, senescent cells, they used to think, well, they're just sleeping. The immune system just put them off to the side. They're in the bleachers. They're just watching the game of life. But they're not. They're rogue, and they cause aging disease, like I was saying earlier. So they're saying by the time you're 70, 95% of your stem cells have gone into senescence. So think about that. Put those three things together, right? You're burning those telomeres off, so the cells are getting older. You've got the stem cells that are supposed to repair and replace that. But your stem cells, you're losing stem cells as you age. And then on top of that, not only are you losing them, but a lot of them are going into senescence. A triple whammy, right? A triple whammy. So TSX supports the telomere activity. Age-Bill supports the healthy NAD levels and support healthy stem cell activity. And then Stemolytic supports the body's own immune system in removing these senescent stem cells. You got it? I mean, to me, it makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. So that's what I had for you tonight, folks. And I know it's just a quick call. That was only, about 20 minutes long. But that's all right. That's all right. Sometimes it's nice to have a little bit shorter call. It's a holiday weekend up here in the United States. And I know Canada just celebrated Canada Day, but we've got Independence Day tomorrow. And I didn't want to cancel the call altogether. I wanted to have something for you. But think about that. Put those three together. And when you're talking about anti-aging, I think it's important that you get this information out to people. So anyhow, have a great day. Have a great weekend. Be safe. And we'll be in touch.